Hey, what's good, y'all? Fuzion here, back with another reaction video. Um, Been a minute since you guys have heard my voice. Might even be like 2 weeks. But anyway, I'm back with another video. I did want to talk about this Luka Lakers trade. And if you go back 5 months on my personal channel, well, here, obviously, I did talk about this. I did talk about how there was a possibility that the Lakers could get Luka. I didn't know that it was going to be involving having to trade our big and maybe one of our most important bigs. Um, but it is what it is. Now, here's how I sort of want to go about this conversation about the overall trade. Um, this is going to be a reaction video, and you see I skipped ahead a little bit. I don't care about any of this. I don't care about what Brian has to say. I don't give a fuck about what Bobby has to say, and I don't care about this this press conference. I want to get to the actual meat and potatoes of what the hell we're trying to do. We gave away our big. Our starting center now will be Jackson Hayes, most likely. Jackson Hayes, his whole job is going to be catch lobs, be ready for the dump off in the dunker spot. On defense, you are Roy Hibbert. You are a shot blocker. Your whole job is to wall up on defense, stand straight up, and jump as high as you can. Nothing else. You are not Anthony Davis. You are not. You are just the big. Your whole job, set screens. Again, run pick and roll, catch lobs, be open for the dump off. We have another guy in Luka who knows how to facilitate in certain circumstances. He does a lot of the same thing as like LeBron does. Of course, I don't think to the same speed or same effect, but Luka will drive and kick. LeBron, he drives and kicks. Luka will drive and dump it off to the big. LeBron will drive and dump it off to the big. What the Lakers did add is a bona fide scorer. The Lakers have needed this. This was a win. We cannot get enough points on the board against great teams, against scoring teams. We have, of course, we don't defend well enough to keep them around 100, 110-ish. So what we have to do is outscore them, and we never could do that. Now we have someone who can score the basketball. Now we have someone who could take the ball away from LeBron, so LeBron doesn't have to be the end-all, be-all guy. Austin Reeves, move him from the point. Personally, I didn't like him at the point. I thought he could do it, but I think he's better at the two. So Luka can run the point. Austin Reeves can shoot the ball. I believe Austin Reeves will have to sort of revert back to his spot up shooting. I don't believe he can drive as much because of what Luka does to the defense, because of how it is to play with another guy who can do a lot. He's not going to kill you a lot of the time just driving right past you. He's going to hit you with some body moves. He's going to hit you with fades. He's going to hit you with one dribble pull-ups. He's going to hit you with 3-point shots. So he has a lot of things that he can do on the offensive end. Luka. What we still need is someone who can knock down shots. I think Austin Reeves is going to have to adjust his game again for someone else. He's going to have less ball time. That's just how it is. Everybody on that team is going to have lower ball time because you add someone like Luka. But yeah, so we got exactly one of the pieces that we were missing. A shot creating guy. He can create for himself. He knows how to create for others in certain circumstances. He's an aggressive playmaker. He knows how to get an assist when needed, but he also knows how to make a good decision. I'm not mad at that. I think the Lakers did great with that part. We lost our main defensive guy, but we've struggled on defense so much that I don't think it's going to really matter that much. If we can pick up a decent center, someone who has some decent defensive like mindset and ability, there's a possibility that our defense won't be affected that much. But now we have the chance to outscore people, outscore teams. We have that ability now. This shouldn't be the end of what the Lakers are doing, but this is an excellent start in how it should have been, especially last year. I thought we were going to get somebody last year. We didn't. I mean, yeah, we got Spencer Dinwiddie and D'Lo, but we see where they're at now. So, overall, great trade for the Lakers. Flip side for Dallas, I do want to touch on this part, though. I think there was a want to win right now. Dallas has a great core. I think once they went to the playoffs, they saw that they did have something, but then you got to the finals. You saw the weakness of Luka in that finals. When stuff isn't going his way, when he's not hitting shots, when he's playing super lazy defense, I already know he is not a great defender. I already know he's not a good defender. But some nights he'll give it some effort. You saw in that finals series, the finals, that he just decided that he's not going to try playing no fucking defense. So, Dallas wanted somebody who can play defense. They wanted another decent scorer, someone who can score the ball. Again, Luka's been out. So, you add someone who can score the ball, and from down low, you got AD. Then you also got Kyrie, Klay Thompson. That team is still really good as far as roster look. But there was a active, I guess, thought process by Dallas that they have maybe a 2-year window. They have a 2-year window with a good, strong, healthy Kyrie. They have a 2-year window of Klay Thompson still being able to give you something. I don't know exactly what he's averaging currently. I could look, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. You can move Anthony Davis, which I hope they do, to his natural position as a power forward. There's so much that they can do with that team that I think if they get it figured out, if they get enough reps in and they figure out how they're going to play together, who's going to be the closer, who's going to be getting the ball the most, who is going to, what type of offensive and defensive sets are we running? What are we doing? If they can figure that out, that team will be hard to deal with. There's this weird conversation going around that Dallas, and again, if you look at the trade and just think about it, they also got Max Christie, if I'm not mistaken. That's another younger guy. He was solid for the Lakers, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to play for the Lakers already, and if you don't have an aggressive scoring mindset and can actually score the ball, you're going to have a harder time playing for the Lakers. Plus, you're playing with LeBron. Plus, you're playing with a new coach. Plus, there's a lot of there's a lot of energy on this Lakers season. LeBron doesn't have many more seasons like this left, or in general left. If I'm going to be honest, we'll have the rest of this season, maybe a little bit of the next season, but after that, I don't think he's going to be the same. So, you add in Luka. You take away a young guy. You take away a big. We're going to be in a position to make a better move down the line. But also, if Max Christie does turn out to be a solid role player or even a star, if Anthony Davis, who will now not have to scored 30 points for us for his team to be competitive, because you got Kyrie who could get you 20 something, and that's just me being like reserved. You give Klay Thompson, he'll get you 15. That's just being reserved. Lively, he'll get you 10 at the least. That's being reserved. You got a solid bench also who could also help you out scoring wise. And then you add a 25-26 guy who can get you 10 to 12 rebounds, 1 to 2 blocks. That team is really, really strong. And I don't think a lot of fans, especially Dallas fans, because I'm seeing a lot of Dallas fans being fraud fans right now, saying that they're just done watching the Mavs all together, the Mavs through the season, blah 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 blah. Is this your team or not? Or are you just a fan of Luka? Just some thoughts just for me to throw at you guys. But that's pretty much all I really wanted to talk about. We're going to go ahead and react to this just a little bit. I don't really care that much about the actual video of what they're talking about. But I did want y'all to get some of my thoughts, especially as someone who talks about the Lakers, who knows what the issues with the Lakers. We got someone who has fixed one of these issues. I do think there's a chance for us to make it to the playoffs now. I do think that we will. I don't want to say that we're going to miss the play-in and just go straight to the playoffs. But I can guarantee we're going to make it to the playoffs again. We have always been a play-in to playoff team. I don't know how much that will change, but I know 100% we will make it to the playoffs. How competitive we'll be, I don't know. How far we will go, I don't know. What matchups are we better than? I don't know. But I do know that we're going to the playoffs.
Remember, we haven't seen him since Christmas Day. Chine, what's that going to look like next to LeBron?
Look, it's going to be doable.
Yep.
LeBron is one of the greatest basketball hybrid vehicles that we have ever seen. I mean, we talk about him combining positions as a point forward, but I think there's going to be a heavy emphasis on screeners, on someone who can go in there and set screens and
Jackson Hayes
for LeBron James, something that's different because he's been the primary playmaker. So check out these plays with Reeves initiating the offense. LeBron screens and slips this one time and is able to hit a tough mid-range to score. Now you can set a screen again, LeBron, but instead you short roll. Short roll is probably the best thing, one of the most high IQ basketball plays you can make, because you can make reads off of short rolls. Here you get a pass. And last but not least, when he screens, he's also able to survey the entire floor better than anybody else in the NBA. So here's a nice set screen, and instead you see a swing pass all the way across court, a skip pass to a shooter with a nice in screen on the backside. So LeBron James, it's not just thinking when he brings the ball up. He can now be utilized as a 4 or even potentially as a 5, because they're going to need probably some minutes at the 5 as well to really initiate offense as a screener. And I look forward to see what JJ does, you know, more creatively, especially with LeBron and Luka on the floor.
Yeah, so that's actually something that was very good call out, making LeBron play that true 4 role, I guess, which has become more of a screener, more of that athletic sort of mid to paint range style of player whose main whole job is to get to the rim or shoot those little middies, 10 to 15 feet mid-range jump shots, keeping it inside. I like when LeBron plays like that. I don't like when LeBron takes a lot of shots. My only issue is I feel like this could get messy because LeBron is getting older. He's going to have to be doing a lot of movement there. That seemed like a lot of movement for somebody who is older, game to game, and you got to be the primary scorer, and you got to be the primary ball handler, and you got to be the primary, you know. So there's a lot of stuff that was on his plate during those clips, just during those games early. You add Luka, you take away some of that for LeBron. You take away some of that ball time, You take away even like the need to be the main offensive guy. Austin Reeves, he'll get a 2 or 3 touches less, but I do think this will, depending on what type of big we get, this will solidify on if Bron can be a second or third option. And by that, I think it's better for him to do that for a longevity's sake, for team comp sake. If LeBron is playing the third option, he is playing within, I think, what he does the best. That is him being that playmaker. I believe, and I still think, he was forced to become a scorer because of the situation. He is forced to shoot more because of certain situations. And I think he's a better playmaker, and I think he's more comfortable being a playmaker than an offensive threat. There's, of course, he has the most points in the game, all this and all that. That's impressive. I do think there's legacy stat conversation, but I still wouldn't think that I still don't think he is most comfortable playing a scorer. I think, again, just like I stated, he is a playmaker at heart. I think if you put him in the position to where he can be that playmaker, you're going to get a better team, and I think the team would flow better. There's not a lot of ball stoppage, but with LeBron as your main scorer, there's a lot of times where it's a swing to a fading 3. He'll hit 1, he'll hit 2, and then after that, go 0 for 5 for the rest of the game. There's times he does that. There's times where he has the obvious mismatch. He'll go to the paint, shoot his little fadeaway shit. First 2 goes in. After that, he starts taking jumpers. I don't think the problem is the jumper. I think the problem is that you could keep on attacking for that fadeaway jump shot, or push in more and try to get a layup, try to get a dump off. I think he settles a lot because he knows he's going to have to do a lot of the offense. Now he won't have to do a lot of the offense. This will open him up to do more things. This, again, Dalton Connect, I think he's going to be able to play more free as far as getting to the paint, as far as having another facilitator to pass him the ball to be more of that scoring threat. There's a lot of stuff that I think that JJ Redick could do to really make this team work, especially because you have 2 players who aren't selfish with the ball, aren't considered ball hogs in most cases. Luka has times and nights where he will try to one-on-one you to death. I don't know if he sees a mismatch. I don't know if he's mad. But either way, there are nights where he can try to one-on-one you to death, which I personally seen like Dallas lose games because sometimes he will do that. But let's continue.
To your point, they may be playing a little bit of small ball here, particularly after
Micro
what
ball.
we heard micro ball from after what we heard
Remember that, y'all?
from Rob Pelinka here, because that was the other
Wait, you say
takeaway
Diddy
from this
ball?
presser, right? Rob Pelinka.
What did he say?
Creatively, especially with LeBron and Luka on the floor.
To your point, they may be playing a little bit of small ball here, particularly after
Micro
what
ball.
we heard micro ball from after what we heard
Remember that, y'all?
from Rob Pelinka here, because that was the other takeaway from this
I guess the close catcher didn't pick it up. But I think that nigga said Diddy ball. But
presser, right? Rob Pelinka talking about why this trade was made and what they think they still have to do here. The Lakers have some pretty big holes to fill on this roster. Here's Pelinka on exactly what Brian was talking about, how they replace a player like Anthony Davis.
There's always an urgency to win championships. That's what the Lakers set out to do. That's the expectations of our fans, and we're going to put in the work to constantly try to do it. At the same time, you have to be realistic. And if there's not a championship big on the market right now, I can't wave a wand and create that opportunity. we'll continue to work and look for areas that we can complete and fill out the roster. It's a gift. We're talking about a 25-year-old that is top 3 player in the universe. I can't think of a more amazing starting point to build a roster for the next decade.
Hey guys, sorry about that cut. I got hit with an ad. Let's go ahead and continue a little bit.
Some people in the NBA would submit that he does have a magic wand.
Yes.
So I'm not sure I can take that at face value. The Lakers have to get a center. LeBron is not going to play center, like, ever. He doesn't want to do it, especially at age 40, even if it's just a stopgap between now and Thursday. You know, one of the big important things that happened for Luka that unlocked him really in Dallas was when they got those athletic bigs, Derek Lively and Gafford, that they could be role men for him, basket defenders. So just like for years teams had to get shooters to spread the floor for LeBron, the Lakers are incumbent on getting an athletic center. But somebody's got to eat the minutes up. And they have assets. They still have assets. I mean, Maxi Kleber is an asset. I mean, he may never see the floor for the Lakers. They may try to trade him by Thursday. They have some other things. But they are tied with Denver right now in the loss column for 4th place. I'm not looking at this team as a championship contender at the second because of what they're missing. But this is a team that has aspirations immediately, and they need a center, and Pelinka's got to keep working on it.
Well, true. That's our main point now. Get a center. There's Dwight Howard. I believe he's still available. I think I saw Bismack Biyombo. He's a free agent. There's stuff that you can do. They don't have to be a great center. They just got to be able to catch a lob, get a rebound, and play defense. And, of course, set screens. But that should be pretty, simple for most bigs. They've had to do it for a while, but if we can get that, I think the Lakers will be set. Of course, there's the bench conversation. Do we still have a strong enough bench to compete with the top tier teams? I'm talking Celtics, Thunder, Rockets, and I'm missing 3 other teams. But can our bench really compete? Can our bench compete with that? Who knows? I don't know. But I know we do have an ability to find somebody who wants to come here. This is the Lakers. I've had many a conversation about why we cannot attract big name stars. Here's one. Can we get more than this? Do they have to be big name? No. They gotta be a solid big, though. We cannot get another Roy Hibbert when he's going out, And personally, I like Roy Hibbert. I think that his game works now. He got a little older, of course. Stuff happens. But at the end of the day, that's the type of player that we need. A wall-up defender. I'm not going to go on much longer. I think that this is pretty much all. Definitely was a great trade. I think for the Lakers, and I think that there's a thought process behind the Dallas one. There really is. But again, I think the Lakers won. But that's all I got for you guys today. I will do a double upload today. I do want to talk about the Grammys as well. So like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all guys. And I'll see you guys later. I can't speak no more. Peace.